go wake up, baby, it's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, that's chipping pain. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not the night. Every morning, every go we see. In our hearts it's Chelsea, me and you, we can agree. Oh, take me out and stand with you, river you talk. When to tap I take you. Oh, Chelsea, we stand tall. We stand tall. Everywhere we give our all. Everywhere, yeah. Forever we're true. We must be. Together we rise, just me and you. In nights that you will go home. 3 hours so near to my home. It will look so late in river. Whoa, whoa. In the blue, our spirits fly. With every cheer, we touch the sky. In this love, we find our way. Chelsea forever, day by day. Whoa, Chelsea, Chelsea stands tall. Cover up with the hand. We give our all. Chelsea, forever we're true. Together we rise, just me and you. Hey, go wake up, baby, it's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, that's chipping pain. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not the night. Every morning, every go we see. In our hearts it's Chelsea, me and you, we can agree. Oh, take me out and stand with you, river you talk. When to tap I take you. Oh, Chelsea, we stand tall. We stand tall. Everywhere we give our all. Everywhere, yeah. Forever we're true. We must be. Together we rise, just me and you. In nights that you will go home. 3 hours so near to my home. It will look so late in river. Whoa, whoa. In the blue, our spirits fly. With every cheer, we touch the sky. In this love, we find our way. Chelsea forever, day by day. Whoa, Chelsea, Chelsea stands tall. Cover up with the hand. We give our all. Chelsea, forever we're true. Together we rise, just me and you. Hey, go wake up, baby, it's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, that's chipping pain. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not the night. Every morning, every go we see. In our hearts it's Chelsea, me and you, we can agree. Oh, take me out and stand with you, river you talk. When to tap I take you. Oh, Chelsea, we stand voice on need of my own. It will like so in river. Whoa, whoa. In the blue, our spirits fly. With every cheer, we touch the sky. In this love, we find our way. Chelsea forever, day by day. Whoa, Chelsea, Chelsea stands on. Cover up with the hand. We give our all. Chelsea, forever but true. Together we rise, just me and you. Hey, go wake up, baby. It's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, let's chip and play. Talking dreams while the sky.
Yes, good people, big up to all of you. Thank you once again for finding the time to be with me for another Chelsea-driven, you could say, conversation. But today we have mixed items, mix of topics to talk about. We'll talk about the lineup. We'll listen to you and hear what you got to say about the manager selection for our semifinals games against semifinal games. A game against Fluminense, and we'll also talk about some news items out there, or maybe we'll just go news hunting. But more importantly, we're here to dissect and analyze the manager's selection for our game and debate whether he's made the right selection to help Chelsea win the game and progress. It was a busy night for me. I'm very tired. She'll still be sleeping, honestly. But yeah, we have to do the show. But that's, by the way, thank you so much for finding the time to be part of the conversation. Sincerely do appreciate that. Wycliffe Barish, big up to you too. Like the stream. As you join up, yep, we have just 3 likes right now, and we have 21 people following the show. We should be doing a lot better than 21. Than 3 votes, so to speak. 3 likes. Wow, I'm tired. But keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way, and I'm quite sure you've seen the lineup yourself. Let me know what you make of it. Would you have preferred the manager to select certain players, to start certain players in certain positions, rather than the 11 you're seeing? I expected João Pedro to start. Some people did argue. Some people responded to my predicted lineup as saying João Pedro wasn't going to start. They think Reece James is fit enough, and he was going to start. But I knew James wasn't going to start, even if he's fully fit. I think the manager would go. I knew the manager would go for a much quicker player because he'd be. This is, I think, we'll be approaching this game with a very balanced, you could call it that, or maybe cautious approach. Because Fluminense, their thing would be to sit back and hit us on a break. And if we don't have Malo Gusto, who's quicker than Reece James, correct me if I'm wrong, I think we'd probably struggle to cope with the counter with Fraser against Fluminense. So I really do like him. James can come on if he's fully fit, but we'll look at the lineup in a bit. I think I nailed it actually. Yeah, but I had Nkunku playing as 10 while Cole Palmer plays on the flanks. I think for me that'd be more effective actually, because Palmer is a much better dribbler than Nkunku in my opinion. Ty, nice to see you. Big up to you too. I do hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for finding the time to join the conversation. I cannot thank you enough. Always joining. 4 likes, we can do a lot better than that. 20 people watching. If all 20 likes the video, we should have at least 19 likes. Why are we stuck on 4? Okay, let's say this. We're streaming in vertical mode, and when that's the case, usually people don't see the bells and whistles, the like, comment, share, and all that. To see it, just press and hold your screen for just about a second. Then you see the bells and whistles. Bells and whistle, including the like, comment, and share option. We still beg for likes. We're not a big account yet. And likes do go a long way. So let's see, Chelsea Ultra. Good evening to you too from Wales. All you beautiful blues. Good evening to you too. I do hope you're doing well. So let us know, what do you make of the lineup? Hit the like button, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. For me, not bad. I think that's the best we can do at the moment. I just not the best really. I would rather Nicholas Jackson in the left wing position than Christopher Nkunku. But maybe Nkunku operates as a 10. I don't know. But let's see the line. Let's look at the lineup. Give me 1 second here. Um, more likes, more likes. Let's see if we can get at least 50 likes today. All right. Owusu Clement, how are you doing? My Ghanaian bro. I do hope you're doing well. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think you're from Ghana. So let's look at our lineup. Robert Sanchez between the six. Yeah, I think good selection right there, in my opinion. Two center backs. I expected it to be that way, but if Gusto will invert, then I expect Tosin to be the one sent to be where Chalaba is, and vice versa. 266 Moses Caicedo. This is just the starting. You can say the starting structure. As the game starts, then we'll know what plan the manager has in mind. He's predictably unpredictable in terms of our application. And you could argue the reason being that how we play depends on who we play. So 266 Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo, 10 Palma, right wing, Pedro Neto, left wing, Christopher Nkunku, João or Pedro as the number 9 guy. He's sending a message to Nicholas Jackson. This doesn't necessarily mean that, yeah, we're definitely selling Nicholas Jackson. I think it's caused us problem. The only 2 games we've lost in how many games in total? Both were the ones where he got red carded, and we finished the game with 10 men and lost both games. So maybe this is a way to for him to take some time and look himself in the mirror and take corrective measures. And also, when he gets a chance to play, he does better. I think competition is good for him. If he leaves Chelsea now and goes elsewhere, chances are he'd never get a chance. He's never get the opportunity to compete with someone and then do better. So yeah, for Fluminense, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, Fluminense. I only know who else is there. Uh, yeah, just Thiago Silva. I don't know. I don't. Even if I knew who they were, probably must have forgotten about them, or probably because yeah. I'm sorry, but for Chelsea, you see the lineup. Let's hear your thoughts on the lineup. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nice to hear. Maresca has been a far more creative and fluid throughout this tournament than last season, and I have to say I like it. Okay, if the only time you realize that he's been flexible is during this competition, still fine. At least you're seeing it. A lot of people haven't seen that, and we're seeing here that Fluminense only one item on the highlights. They haven't lost a single game in 11 matches. Wow. Even though they were on the verge of getting relegated before Thiago Silva joined them. So they changed something that had been working for them. I don't know whether that be them sitting deep and hitting the opposition on a break. It's going to be a really, really difficult game. But I trust Maresca to find a way to get us a win. But it's not going to be easy. They haven't lost a single game in 11 matches. But you could argue against Al Hilal, Koulibaly and co, they were lucky. Yeah, they were lucky. And Mr. Ebo, something for you, please. We welcome you here. But because you're not a moderator, do not use all caps when you type, and do not use more than 3 emojis. Otherwise, the AI that's policing the chat will delete your message and probably time you out for 1 minute or so. It's not the only time, but it's been the most prominent and effective. Yeah, I think I agree. All right, we have the captain of the community in the house in Constantine Dunn. Very soon people will sue me for calling him the captain of the community. And Dante, big up to you. I do hope you're doing well. Your thoughts on the lineup? For me, I expected this, and you could say I nailed it, really. But let's hear you.
Yeah, tap yourself on the back. That's good.
Only
yeah,
that?
good coach. A little bit of a sore throat. Just woke up, went to bed early. Woke up now for the game, and yeah, a bit of a sore throat. So not too good, but hopefully Chelsea win and my sore throat goes away.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, yeah. The only probably surprise is probably Gusto's a surprise over James, but we know James picked up a little
I
knock, so they're
did
probably
expect Gusto to start, and I can explain why. But go ahead with what you were saying.
yeah, not against the low block. I think James would have done it, but I think they're just not taking that risk with him. Obviously,
I think
he had a
you could
little
argue also Gusto's pace. He's the quicker of the two players.
yeah, but that's not a problem with this team. They're not they don't have pace. They're not a quick team. They play very slow and
Hmm.
they're right. Only Arias on the other side is the one that is threatening like that. But otherwise, they don't really have front players either that are really fast either. So it's not their style. So no, I think James would have probably played. The only reason he's not playing most likely is precaution, just because obviously he had a bit of a tightness and then he trained again, but I don't think they wanted to risk it. There's no point risking it right before going on holidays if, a few days away basically when the final is. So I think they're going to just keep him and maybe he'll come on, see how they go, or he might not come on at all. If we're winning comfortably and we're winning, I don't think James comes on at all, to be honest, if we're winning. If maybe we're losing, then maybe he'll come on. But that's probably the only surprise. I mean, the back, we know at the back they were going to do that they'll probably play that way. And well, yeah, that's pretty much it, really. And Nkunku may be a bit of a surprise. I thought Jackson might get a might get a chance up front, and then João Pedro be that left winger again. Nkunku hasn't done absolutely nothing every time he started. Again, even the last couple of games when he's before that when he came on and then when he started, he didn't do nothing. Just ran around passing, not one shot, not one created chance, not absolutely nothing. So yeah, he's
But there
really
are things
getting
just quickly, if you don't mind, there are things you see from him that you don't see from the lesser experienced players. At times, he knows when to slow down and when to push, persist on moving forward. He doesn't lose the ball unnecessarily, but I think you could argue he does it too much. That he's just basically
yeah.
all he does on the pitch is just to help pass around, like you've mentioned. But
Yeah,
go
so he's
ahead.
being extremely safe and he's not doing absolutely nothing. It looks good because he's, like you say, he's not losing the ball. But what is he doing? He's running sideways, running back
Hmm.
deep, passing the ball off, and then doing nothing. So it's very, very, very ineffective. So I'm surprised he's starting again. But hey, I don't know. Maybe Maresca's giving him, the opportunity here. So it is what it is. He's on the field. He has to do his job. Hopefully he does it. He doesn't have to come off early because, again, he won't be effective. So that's the only other one. Other than that, look, the team pretty much chose itself, the rest of the team. So yeah,
I
that's
mean,
about it,
it
really.
was predictable, except for um, if you believe that Rhys James is fully fit, which I didn't. I didn't believe he was fully fit. I think he'd like to play a part.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
will eventually if he's on the bench. We'll look at the bench in a bit, but that be in the second half anyway.
yeah. I think
Um,
precaution wins the day.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's correct. Let's see. No, you didn't type it wrong. It's just that you use all caps. So you could argue technically you did type it wrong. And the machine that's policing the chat, the AI, yeah, if you use all caps, it could time you out. And Shay Wendy Williams, nice to see you, the lady of the house. I do hope you're doing well. Big up, coach. Is a win, 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 win. I hope we win. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Sherina Govindarjan, nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. He says, big up. Always up supporting the Blues. I hear a lot of noise about this team. Some fans crack me up saying that Gefa has a clean slate now. They just don't want to admit it. They're not coming out straight up. Some you can argue the content they release these days is reflective of the fact that the transitioning from doubting the manager to believing the manager. They're not coming out to say, yeah, now see, yeah, he knows exactly what he's doing. Some people are like that. For, I mean, some in real life, a lot of people would want to say they're sorry, but they know how to say it without really saying they're sorry. And I'll give you an example. If my wife does something I don't like and she feels like I'm not happy, and then she sees I'm watching the game, she should come and ask me, "Are Chelsea winning? I think they're gonna win this one." Yeah, something like that.
Pretty
You
much.
get the point. So they're transitioning. What they do is reflective of the fact that yeah, they've started believing in the manager. It's really that simple. But it's a shame. That's, if anything, that tells me the sort of people they are. But nice to see you, Brad. I hope you're doing well, and thank you for finding the time to join us. Irrespective of what happened today, I've always trusted the manager, and I'm not going to stop trusting him today. And I'm quite sure not a lot of them believed we will come this far. Yeah, not a lot of them. So I'm just happy. Nkunku is good. He can do it. I hope he does it. We will get it done today. I hope we get it done. But that's, by the way, let's look at the bench and see who we have there. Philip Jorgensen, of course. Gabriel Slonina. He's been on the bench all the games we've played. I'm surprised, really. Mike Pendas too. So 4 goalkeepers. I don't think that's okay, Dante. Why not stick with 3? Probably because they still haven't decided who goes out on loan.
Yeah, he's looking at him, coach. He's testing him. It's a real tournament, but all the preseason players are there as well. So everyone's there. So it's just because of that, obviously. They're all there.
Diamond, I don't know when I'm going to find time to set this to be a bit more lenient. Desmond Fantavi, please do not use more than 3 emojis. If you do, the AI that's policing the chat, it will delete your message. Apologies, it's not a human being, so don't start a fight with him. It's not human. Let's see. We will get it. I hope so. And this is honestly, whoever wins in PSG versus Real Madrid will win the tournament. That's what a lot of people believe. I don't think so. I don't think so. If we get the final, I have strong belief that we could actually win it. Honestly, that we will win it. That to be going by the language that I started the sentence with. All right, Desmond, thank you for that. And he's saying here, I am more worried about Chalobah than anyone else on the field. He tends to switch off at times, making it hard for the back line. But on the other side, we get a fully rested Caicedo. And here's the thing, I think with Tosin will mitigate the Chalobah, what you could call a Bozo moment, even as good as it's been of late. You see, I think that's a good observation from you. You still see that mistake every now and then, but I think we'll be fine. It's going to be a very tight game. We have the quality to edge it if we can assert ourselves. But I hope that's the case. So on the bench, I was reading it out. Mike Pendas, 4 goalkeepers, yeah, but Dante did explain it very well. This is still irrespective of how serious this competition is. What's at stake from a monetary perspective is still preseason, because that's the only period we have to prepare for the upcoming Premier League season. Aaron and Salmino, Josh Achampong, Mamadou Sarr, Rhys James on the bench, Keenan Driscoll on the bench, Mark Gui on the bench, Nicholas Jackson, Noni Madueke. I think we've seen Noni Madueke and Nicholas Jackson come on. But everything depends on how, things progress. But Nante, let's hear the players you expect to see in the second half, or you expect to see come on.
Yeah, just the other one. Cucurella, I think, looks like Gusto will invert and probably push forward, most likely. It looks like Cucurella will stay a left centre back. So Chalobah will have a bit of cover there as well. So we'll toss in just in case for speed and stuff like that. So Cucurella, like I said, they're only the big danger players. Arias. So Cucurella is the one probably been given that defensive duty to keep him locked up, basically. So that's why I think he's probably going to start at that left centre back role to keep Arias quiet, the main danger man. So, and he's the one that has this a bit of speed as well. So looks like that way. So we're going to lose a bit going forward because of that, because we know Cucurella overlapping on that left-hand side next to Nkunku pushes at least Nkunku a bit central. This way it doesn't. So that's not ideal because James is not starting, obviously. So we'll see how when he starts, if that is the case, but it's looking like probably the case. So like this way, we're much safer. Obviously, we're much more defensively solid, safer, but it gives us something. We miss something going forward. We're a bit a bit short going forward that way. So players coming on, coach. We'll have to wait and see who comes on, to be honest. Like I said, the Reece thing, if we're winning, I don't think he'll come on. If we're losing, maybe he will. Really up front, well, Jackson. If Jackson doesn't come on, it will be Give instead of Jackson. And
Probably
that
Jackson.
will tell us a lot if that happens. Santos in the middle. Again, I think it depends if we're winning or losing
Is he
if he
even?
comes on as
Did
well.
I
So
call out his name from the bench?
who?
Santos.
No, no, I think you did. Anyway, yeah, Santos is there, so he's one that might come on. The only one that I don't see is Esugio on the bench, who is a bit of a surprise. Did he pick something up, or that's an interesting one, especially if we're ahead winning. He would be awesome to have there on the bench as a defensive cover to bring on for Fernandez or Caicedo. So he's not on the bench. I'm not sure. Can you see him on your lists?
Who?
On my one, he's not.
Who?
Esugio.
No, it's Sugo. Dario Sugo. No, not even on the bench. Let me look again.
Yeah,
On the
that's
bench, we have Philip Jorgensen, Gabriel Solnina, Mike Penders, Aaron Anselmino, Josh Achampong, Mamadou Sa, Reece James, Andrea Santos Keenan, Driscoll Hall, Mark Gee, Nicholas Jackson, Noni Madueke, and Tariq George.
so
Even
that's a surprise.
Romeo Lavia isn't anywhere. So this is probably
No.
not going to be.
Lavia wasn't ready. Yeah, he didn't.
No, but
pass
he's not even listed as injured.
Yeah, no, well, because he had a final test, like a fitness test right on the last and he didn't pass it, so he's not ready. Obviously they haven't updated it, but Esujo is a big surprise because he would have definitely played, especially if we're winning. To bring him on, that would have been perfect. So that's a big surprise he's not there. Maybe he's picked up something else as well because I don't think he wasn't suspended. So so that's another interesting omission there. Other than that, yeah, look. Not too bad, but not too many, really, to be honest. Dewsbury Hall will probably most likely definitely come on. So you'll have him probably come on, probably for Nkunku. If we're winning, he'll definitely come on for like an Nkunku and drop back and more into the midfield. But that's about it. Yeah, there's not too many. We're missing quite a few as well already. So Jackson, Madueke, Madueke as well. If we're winning, do you bring him on? I don't know. I don't think he might bring him on if we're winning as well. He's not going to really defend, is he, or go the other way? He's just going to sit wide. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. But only Dewsbury Hall, really, to be honest, that's there that I think really will get a go to come on. Santos and Dewsbury Hall, those two are certain. The rest depends how the game goes. And Jackson, of course, 100%. But is he still being punished or is he on the way out? Well, we'll know a bit more today.
I think it's difficult to say because we did address two, you could say, conflicting reports. One suggests that Chelsea aren't looking to sell him.
Correct.
The other one suggests, that we're open to selling Nicholas Jackson should we get a good offer. So I'm not sure what to believe that, but
And
as
like I said
always, all
yesterday,
we can
coach, in the
do.
show,
Go ahead.
Jackson himself said in an interview, basically just a quick interview he was having, just the reporters pulled him. He doesn't want to go nowhere. He wants to stay and fight for a spot. So he's kind of confirmed that as well, but it's not really up to him, is it, to be honest? So
No, it's not. It's not. So, but we shouldn't just but because of what reports out there are saying with regards to his future, just go with it and say, yeah, he's definitely gone. Or, but it just makes it difficult to know whether he's been disciplined for his
he's definitely
his
been.
ill discipline on the pitch that's led to us losing 2 games. You could argue, or whether it's just the manager preferring the other player at the moment, or maybe Jackson isn't just in the right frame of mind at the moment. We just don't know. But it's easy to conclude, yeah, he's definitely leaving because he was our main guy. He's been our main guy for 2 seasons right now. But go ahead
Look,
if
when
you
the
wanted
game
to add something to
opens
that.
up, when this game opens up, he'll be perfect to bring on. I don't really like him against low blocks anyway because he's not effective at all against low blocks. So
Nkunku
if
probably the
second
better
half the
option,
game, say
right?
we
In
won
terms
your
of from
whatever, then
outside the box,
the better
not
option to
as a
bring him
number
on, then
9.
take Nkunku off, bring him on, the game's open, and then he can exploit all those spaces. We know how well he links up and how well he does with that. So he'll be perfect for that. We didn't see it in the last game though, so let's see what happens this game.
Yeah, let's talk about this. The fact that Fluminense, they haven't lost a single game in 11 matches. It doesn't really matter. They will lose someday. That's certain. Whether that day is today, we'll find out. Do you think it is something, that record, do you think it's something that can play into the heads of Chelsea players, a young squad?
No, no, coach. They're not even know. They probably don't even know. They haven't even looked at that. To be honest, that's not something that Maresca will highlight. That's for sure. If they've seen it
It wouldn't,
themselves on
because if
social
it
media,
does, he's creating a problem for himself.
if that's something, if they've seen it on social media, maybe they talk about it. But otherwise, no. Maresca's not bringing that up. They're focusing just on themselves. Like I said, Fluminense are one of those teams that sit really deep. They've got a master at the back there that can, organize them properly. They've conceded only 6 goals in that time, so 6 goals in 11 matches. So very, very, very tight at the back. But they're not a team that's going to really go out there and really beat you properly, like score goals, a lot of goals, and really beat you. They're going to more likely beat you by that one goal. That score a goal from a set piece or from a counter attack and lock it all up, basically like that. So yeah, sometimes they've scored goals, but like I said, it's all set pieces or it's all like a quick counter attack or a mistake. They don't really create that much themselves to score a lot of goals. So if we play our game the way we did against Palmeiras, well, we're pretty confident we should be able to beat them quite comfortably if we put the chances away like we did against Palmeiras, especially in that first half. We had 70% possession. They had one shot only. We should have scored 3 or 4 goals in that first half. Again, we didn't capitalize, and then they came back. But we did finish the game off well eventually. So yeah, look, it's just about putting those chances away against this really close low block, which they will be putting on. So hopefully we can do that, and the game's over by halftime if that happens. Really,
Yeah, and here's the thing. Let's use you can say let's use what surface level information to see what the most likely outcome of this game will be, in my opinion. We don't have too many. We've checked. We don't have too many insights to work with, except for the fact that Fluminense haven't lost a single game for 11 matches. So, but they've considered how many goals? They considered one against Al Hilal in 5 games, or two against is that Ulsan HDFC?
that's just a Korean team. Yeah, you
Okay, so
expect
they
them to.
considered one there, two
Yeah,
there. That's three. They considered 3 goals in 5 matches, and we considered
it was two
two.
against Ulsan. They considered 2 goals, coach.
Oh, okay. So they considered how many in total? 5, right? How many? 3. I wrote 3. So they considered 3 goals in total in 5 games, isn't
Three
it?
goals, yes, correct.
Yeah, that's what I wrote. So Chelsea considered one here. That's 2, 3 here. That's 5. We considered, but we know yeah, how that game finished. 3. We finished that game a man down. You could argue we could have won that game had it not been for the red card also. And they scored how many? In 5 games they scored that's 4, that's 8. They scored 8 goals in total. Am I correct?
They've scored 2, 4, 8 goals in total.
8 goals in total. And we scored how many? We scored 2 here, 3 here. Okay, 6, 10, 12 goals.
Yeah,
So, mhm.
yeah, they got the 4 against Ulsan because, like I said, Ulsan not a very good team. Obviously, the South Korean local team, they're not good. So that's one game they had possession in, which they don't really normally do, but they did because they got given the possession. Still conceded a couple of goals there, which was surprising. But yeah, uh, against Inter they scored the 2 goals, which, like I said, set piece. Against Al Hilal they scored the 2 goals again, really against play as well and mistake. So
Yeah. So
they don't really score goals. 2 is the max they score, but
yeah,
against
I
the
think their average goals per game is one, not up to one, not up
no,
to
no.
one if
Usually
you
it's
break it
one.
down.
Usually it's one when they play good teams. It's one. Then they might
No, I'm
score a
saying
late
the
goal.
average overall for the whole 5 games you're looking at, it should be around close to one or a little bit one, but Chelsea is closing 1.5.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
two
yeah.
here, one here, three here, four here, two here. Yeah, around 1.5 for Chelsea. But go ahead.
Exactly, exactly. Like when they played Dortmund in the group stage, it was 0-0. So that was, you saw there how they play against a much better
And then look
team.
at the teams that they couldn't score against. Look at
Yeah, yeah,
they couldn't score against Mamelodi Sundown, a South African side. Couldn't score against Borussia Dortmund, that hasn't been was never great in the competition. They've been knocked out, right?
yeah, yeah. They're not out. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So they weren't great.
No, no.
Um,
Like I said, if they don't
mhm.
get a mistake given to them, or they don't set piece, or like a counter attack when the other team's really all out because they have to score, they don't really score that many. So, but look, that's how they play. They're very, very well organized. And when a team is that good defensively and well organized, you're going to always do very, very well in cup competitions.
And just to pinpoint something, I think it's going to be tight. If we're going by what we've looked at so far, I think we'll edge it, but it's not going to be with a yawning gap in terms of goal difference, how many they score, and how many would score. But football, you cannot script football. Chances after looking at all these things and concluding that, yeah, it will most likely end, the game will most likely end in a certain way, it will shock you because this is football. Anything can happen. It's played over 90 minutes plus added time. Um, Here's the thing: you can argue we've been tight too in terms of defensively.
Yeah,
We've been good, and we've also done well in terms of defending set piece. Well, when I think we've won the most aerial duels according to I did see that numbers on
Tosin
X.
coach. Yeah, Tosin is the reason.
Yes, okay, yeah, and Tosin is there. And in those games where we won, that we didn't consider any goals, he played in two of them, right? Did he?
Correct. Yes, he's the big reason for that. You know, he wins absolutely everything, and he would have played in this game either if we had if we had Colwell available, he would have still played with Colwell in this game because, like I said, set piece they're very good at. They concentrate on that to get goals, so he'll be very key to that when they get set pieces, and they will get a lot because some of their players are very, let's just say, they like to go down very easily. So that's part of their game. They want to get free kicks. They want to get set pieces. They want to get corners if they can, but mostly set pieces, and they will then flood the box for those set pieces and have set plays and be really good at it. So Tosin being there, he would have been there either way. If Maresca watched film, 100% he would have been there, which Maresca does 100 films he watches before every game. So Tosin would have played, and he's going to be very key in that, clearing all those out because that's one of their major way they score. They're very dangerous at that.
Hmm.
So Tosin will clear, he'll clear everything out of there. Like we saw when he plays, Maresca usually brings him on against like Nottingham Forest. He was going to start 100% because Chris Wood is their striker. He scores basically 80% of his goals with his head. So he shut down Chris Wood perfectly. Chris Wood still had 2 chances in that game, but only 2 chances. So instead of like 6, 7 chances. So 2 chances, the whole 90 minutes, that's job done. That's peanuts. But all the balls that were coming in, he cleared around 10 clearances that game. Otherwise, Chris Wood or some of the other big physical players would have got on the end of them. Nottingham Forest the same set piece. They're very good at set pieces. They score a lot of their goals at set pieces. I think 60 something, 68% of their goals for the season were like crosses in from crosses in. So yes, very important Tosin will be today, and it's good he's there. Shalaba will be partnering him. It would have been Colwell otherwise, but Shalaba's partnering obviously could have
Chalobah
also
also,
been
but I think Chalobah is actually
Badiashile.
better aerially than Kowa, isn't he?
Yeah, and Badiashile as well would have been most likely played as well on that left. Again, just for his height, and he's pretty good in the air. He'll win a lot of those headers in the air as well, Badiashile, because he's very tall and strong as well. So probably Badiashile would have played. I wouldn't be surprised if it would have been, Colwell probably, but if it would have been Badiashile if he was available, and Tosin, it would have been most likely.
Yeah, and in all honesty, Gusto, he's not the tallest.
No.
I mean,
And he's bad
his
at the back post,
aerial
mate.
ability is acceptable.
He's a very good one-on-one defender when the ball's on the floor, but you put the ball at the back post, like most teams, they know we're weak at the back posts. a lot of teams score that, and they use that as a set piece, as a strategy to always cross the ball at the back post. We're always weak at that back post. That's usually Gusto that's there on our left, on our right hand side. That's our number one spot where we can see the most goals for the last year. That is the number one hotspot. Back post, right hand side, Gusto or James if they're playing there. It's not one of their strengths in the air, positioning wise in the air as well. So, and free kicks, that's where we've conceded the most free kicks. If you watch when Liverpool play, that is a set gameplay against Liverpool. They always score against us at the back post. Salah just chips it to the back post. Instead, he pulls up instead of dribbling, chips it to the back post. They've got two men running towards the back post, and there's every single time for the last 3 years they've scored a goal that way against us. So it is something that we're very weak at that back post, and that is a little bit to do with, obviously we've got 3 at the back, and then the 4th is inverting, which usually is that right hand side sometimes. And when that happens, we tend to concede a goal at that right hand post because they know we're a bit short of that right hand post if Gusto's inverting, so they will cross it to that back post as much as they can.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that. I wanted to ask you this: what would be the best way to approach this game to get a result? Because definitely, it's funny reading what their manager said, that he just wanted Chelsea to know that they do everything they can to win. They're not here just. I'm like, duh, we know. He doesn't need to tell us. Maybe that's him playing mind games. Letting the manager know they will do everything they can to win, to frustrate us, yada yada. We do know. We know already. You don't need to tell us. And I think that gives me hope. When I hear managers talk like that, usually I feel like, yeah, they're definitely losing because they feel like they believe so much in their plan that they don't even want to change it. I don't think that it's clear they're not going to attack us, but
No.
they will try to exploit the spaces we leave behind if we press them. But I think they will see. I think I think what's his name, Enzo Maresca will find a way. What way, I don't know. He's proven to be very pragmatic when necessary, and I give him credit for that. But how do you think we should play to get a result from this
Yeah.
game?
First of all, coach, number one danger there is Arias. What has Maresca done? He's put Cucurella left centre back. He will be all over Arias, shutting him down. Going forward a bit, maybe we'll see, but probably won't go as much forward. But it looks like he's got a defensive assignment on the best player, the most dangerous player that creates a lot and scores the goals. So that's the main guy. So Cucurella's got that job. So that's the number one covered. That he's the one. So like I said, the other 2 set pieces, well, Tosin is there for that as well. So we've got those covered. It's going to be pretty hard for them.
Sanchez too. He started
Sanchez crossing, claiming high crosses,
because
corners.
when we started high claims, when we started this competition, he looked as if he's forgotten what he did towards the end of the season. That was very helpful to us at dealing with set piece. He started it in the last 2 games. I think he did it effectively, and
Very
the
good.
last game
he's done
especially.
It for the last probably 10 games. He's done that. Like he hasn't.
I'm just saying, but at the start of the competition, he wasn't like that. There was one game where he was on the pitch. We considered from set piece that you could argue if he was off his line on those 2 occasions to claim the ball, we wouldn't have. I think that was the one we lost 3-1. He didn't behave that way. He waited in his spot.
He waited because the ball was crossed in was too good. It was one of those that curls out, goes towards the keeper, and then curls all the way back, and the keeper can. And a keeper like Sanchez with these IQ problems that he can't make a decision in those things. He's one of those that hesitates, and you saw that exact correct. So that just depends on the ball how good it is as well, because he will hesitate if the ball is in that perfect hot zone where a keeper has to make his mind up. And if you do that to Sanchez, he will hesitate. So, and he did that. That's the only time he struggled because, like I said, those crosses were perfect in. So, look, the way we approach this is basically like against Palmeiras. They will sit back deep, nasty low block. We just need to keep the possession right. The field will be very important, how the pitch is. You saw the other games the fields were horrible. They were so hard because they were baseball fields. The ball was bouncing everywhere. It was bobbling everywhere. We couldn't keep possession very well. In the last game against Palmeiras, that field was a little bit better. It was they wet it quite a lot, so it softened up a little bit. Still was hard, but probably was the best field we played on the whole tournament. And you saw we had the control, the runs, the ball possession, the crisp passing. So the field will be very important. Hopefully, the New York they haven't played there, have they? The NFL hasn't played there yet. They're off season, so hopefully it's softened up and the grass is growing on there really well. Because again, that's usually those fields they're not for soccer as you call it. They're NFL stadiums, baseball stadiums where the pitch has to be super hard. Why? Because the ball has to bounce. That's how it's made. It's made for the ball to bounce, the baseballs and the NFL balls. So yeah, that will be key. Hopefully the pitch is really good. I haven't seen it yet, so hopefully the pitch is really good because that will really help make a big difference. Palmeiras and that and Fluminense and all these teams. They're used to playing on not the best pitches and high heat and humidity, so for them it's normal, no problems. But for us, that's caused a lot of problems, quite a bit, especially in that Flamengo game. So
I wanted this game to be at night because the later in the
exactly,
day
coach. Night
it
as
is,
well,
the
not in the
better
sun,
for
not in
us.
that
Yeah.
hot sun in the middle of the day. Yeah, it's advantage. It's advantage Fluminense for that one. So they will have that advantage. We'll see how we go. Like I said, hopefully the pitch is good, but we will have a lot of possession, especially the first half. We're gonna have. Wouldn't be surprised if we're close to 70% possession. So can we take our chances? Can we create chances? That'll be the game in the first half there. If not, it's going to be a long day and it's going to be a very close game if we can't take out those chances early. Because if they score first, well, good luck trying to get a
If
goal
they score first, chances I
if
would
they score
concede
first.
more.
So it's very, very important.
If they
Yeah, very
score
important that we're on the
first, we're
front foot
definitely
and we get
conceding
that
more.
first goal.
Actually,
Exactly. So we score that first goal, and our players on the bench, like I said, we've got more players that don't play well against low blocks, that play well in open space. So if we score first, we have advantage second half as well, because they will have to open up, just like Palmeiras did. So yeah, that's pretty much the key to the game. Very similar to Palmeiras. Yeah.
all right. We have about 14 minutes before the game starts. While we wait to see if you have any questions, I think we'll go news hunting. There are a few items there. We're just going to freestyle it. We're not going to open them tab by tab. That usually relates to issues with the system. I don't want us to risk that. I want to see Nkunku. That's the opinion there. I'm looking for news. Thoughts on Chelsea 11. I wanted to ask Dante his thoughts on how he think. I think he would do a João Pedro against a Brazilian team too. Yeah, he starts. I expected him to start.
That's
I
his
think
team. That's where he came from.
Oh, the team.
Yeah, that's where he grew up. That's his Brazilian team.
Okay. Okay. A lot of people singing Enzo Fernandez praises. Some of them are late to the party. If you understand football, you should before now know that he's an excellent footballer. You can argue a world class footballer actually. He said, "Is there a goal?" I'm not sure how to answer that one. The game hasn't even started, but I do like your name though. Answered prayer. Amen. Wow. Okay, let's see. What else do we have here? The question has been answered. And this year, what do we have? Chelsea remain attentive to Mark Guehi's situation. So I thought he was on the verge of joining Liverpool. What happened? But I think it's too expensive, and I don't think we need numbers in that area. If our midfield can perform again, if they're good at protecting our defensive line,
What's the Guehi
Colwell
one,
is
coach? I missed that. What was
maturing
that
quicker
Guehi
than I
report?
had expected. Go ahead.
What was that Guehi report you read out? Because I can't see it. It's too small.
It says that Chelsea remain attentive to Mark Guehi's situation, which means at one point after that's it, he was he definitely was going to join.
Oh yeah,
Was
yeah.
it Liverpool?
Liverpool, Newcastle, they both want him. Yeah, they both want him as well. So it's
But
us,
probably the
Liverpool,
price is
Newcastle.
the issue.
Yeah, look, I can guarantee you he will join Chelsea if we go for him. I'm pretty certain of that.
But I don't think we're
Just
paying anything north of £60 million, in my opinion.
we have 20% buyback clause on him first of all.
But
So
that doesn't even
take
reduce
20%
it
off that price.
significantly. How much were they
So that
asking? When
brings
they
it down.
asking for 80?
They were asking for 80 originally, yeah.
So 20% of it is still not a huge. It's still a lot of money for him. Honestly, I wouldn't
50
pay.
million pounds, coach, 45 million pounds for Guehi is not a lot of money. That's good money for a very good player at a good age that will still have a lot of resale value afterwards. That is peanuts for a player of his caliber, in my opinion. Like I said, starting international centre back, captain, 24 years of age. Like I said, resale value after as well if it doesn't work out. 45 million pounds for us is peanuts to get him, to be honest. And salary wise, no
Yeah,
problem either.
45. I'd say get him. But if
Well, that's
anything
what it'll come
close,
down to if we
that's
add
what
the
it comes
20%.
down to.
If you add the 20% clause, yeah,
I
it'll
need to
come
go
around
back to
40
school
something, 48.
for mathematics.
Well, they're not getting 80 for him, coach. The reports are that they're going to accept 60. If they accept 60, well, then minus
Okay,
20%.
you worked with 60,
60,
not
yeah,
80.
60.
Okay.
60. Yeah,
No,
and
for
plus
45,
another.
that's a bargain.
It's a bargain for his type of player, caliber, and his age and his leadership. It's a bargain, in my opinion, as well. Plus, they have a lot of players they want from us as well. We can give them players the other way. No problems. We have a
Can you
heaps
name
of
one
players we can
player?
add. Chilwell was one that was already there.
Did he
Shalaba was
play
one that
that
was already
much?
there.
Do you think it's important to them? Did he play that much?
Who
He didn't play
Shalaba?
that much.
Yeah, no, Shalaba played a lot. Chilwell, not so much. But if they get him on a bargain, well, which we will be because it will be just salary basically. We just need to move his salary. They might go for it because they're going to clear up one of their biggest salaries, which will be Guehi anyway. So options to give them as well if we really need to. And it's London. That's the big plus. It's London. Players don't have to move. It's just next door basically. So that helps a lot as well. Players stay in London, so that's massive as well. So I can see us doing business with Crystal Palace 100%. We've already done business with them, so we're going to do more, in my opinion.
I think you could argue to an extent we do have a good relationship with them, except for the Elisa case, them reporting us. I wouldn't say you could argue, given that situation, I wouldn't say we have a good relationship with them. Really.
Yeah. And just one more thing to add to the Guehi. So I was speaking to someone. I heard someone that was talking about it. So when we played him last week, there was someone sitting next to his brother in one of the private boxes, and his brother was saying if Chelsea come back, he'll definitely come back to Chelsea. Chelsea's number one in his heart. He will definitely come back if they after him. He told me basically that he will come back to Chelsea over anyone else if we after him. So
And
in
him
his heart,
leaving
yeah,
was just him looking out for himself. Didn't make a
correct,
fuss like a lot of them did.
correct,
Um,
yeah.
it was mutual, in my opinion. The club
Yeah, and it was
at
a
the
bit of
time.
a
Mhm.
necessary move. It wasn't like, yeah, there was no point keeping him at that time because we had those defenders. It was for his career and for the best of him, and Chelsea let him go. And we got some money back for him as well, and he's gone on to have a successful career.
Yeah, I agree. He didn't make a fuss. Yeah, I mean, not bad, but if we get to the final, I think we're winning it. The most important game is today. Beat Fluminense. If we make it to the final, I believe we'll win it. So, but let's see how today's ends. Let's take it step by step. Apparently, we would get Gray here for about 64 million. Still, 64 million.
No, yeah,
Okay, not bad. Today's
minus
market.
20%.
Yeah. The price was discussed a while ago. Maybe this is why we didn't seriously move for Gray, possibly. So we have this reporting that Bournemouth have approached Chelsea over goalkeeper Dorji Petrovic. Deal not yet agreed, and Chelsea would demand 25 million. And I don't know why didn't they keep Kepa? Maybe they don't like
He
him.
didn't want to stay, coach.
Sorry.
He didn't want to stay. Arteta came and brought him flowers and chocolates, and it was over.
It looks like it. He's that sort of guy that disappoints you. The price is discussed a while ago. I think we addressed that one. Tutu Emeka Dalo and Emeka, thank you for joining us. I appreciate you. If you haven't, please take a second, drop a like on the video, and also do subscribe. We'd really appreciate that. We're not a big account yet, so we're still begging for likes. Hercules from Fluminense is a threat. A threat. I don't know him well, but I
Yeah,
think Dante, you've
him
already
and
talked
Arias.
about him.
Yeah, Arias number one, probably Hercules number two. Yeah, so them two. But he's more in the midfield area and the central midfield area that will crash the box when they counter attack. So yeah, he's one of the ones, but Arias is the one you got to pay attention to the most, in
And
my
I
opinion,
think
and
the
that'll be
manager
before
part and
Luka.
our players, we know that already.
Yep, yep.
Because they performed, all the teams they played in this competition, they played in a uniform manner, so it's easy to understand how they play. So if they change something, PSG duo of William Pacho and Lucas Hernandez will solve an extended ban for their red cards and will miss the semi-final and the final. So I think Vince is presenting this because, yeah, some people will see it as good news. I don't see it as good news. My opinion. Anything serious? This is the Petrovic news about Bournemouth and Wesley Fofana. I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm quite sure you've read about it. We'll be rounding off in about 2 or 3 minutes. We need time to go make coffee or this. He posted a picture of him in I think Marseille shirt as a kid, which is for me that doesn't mean shit to me, but people are all getting bent out of shape because of it. So he had to now post this with a
In the Chelsea
statement.
shirt, yeah.
Yeah, making it clear I love Chelsea. I'm here. I'm not looking to leave. I'm not sure people pay too much attention to what these kids what they do.
They do,
Not
but this.
yeah, go
Sorry,
ahead.
Coach. He brought it onto himself by doing that in the first place.
Yeah, he shouldn't
So
be doing that, in all honesty,
no,
but go ahead.
exactly. He brought that onto himself. Not the smartest, and he's done that since he's been here quite a couple of times. Other things, so doesn't seem to have the most, best decision making when it comes to those type of things. He always lets out something that he shouldn't. So it's all on him. He copped it, and fair enough. Everything is scrutinized these days, especially on social media. Do not post rubbish that you know you're going to get it from people, because you're just opening yourself up, and that's what he did. It's good that he's corrected it, but it's too late, unfortunately, because people are still going to remember that.
Yeah, and the truth remains, you could say the way he's behaved in the past, that's what's driving the outrage aimed at him. It is
Yeah,
his
he's a
fault.
joker.
It,
He's a joker
come
type
on,
of
us,
guy,
yeah.
but
It's so,
he doesn't
you can
know
say
when
if
when it's.
Caicedo does that, I don't think
Yeah.
anybody will complain.
No, not the way he is playing, and one of our best players, world class player. No,
You could say he doesn't behave recklessly.
exactly. But he's a very serious character, like I said, very different from Fofana. Fofana is a joker. You see him at training, stuff online, like I said, off season stuff. He's always something trying to joke, something doing jokes, but doesn't realize there's consequence. You might find that as a joke, but the rest of the people won't, and they'll use that against you. So he's got to be very careful what he posts from now on.
Yeah, and in this case, there's there were rumors circulating. Was it last summer that that he's in talks with Marseille and he would want to go back there. So I'm he's crazy. But that's by the way. Let me get the last comment here. We can call it a day. The game starts in 3 minutes. No need to hold you here. Coach Terry was a Man United fan, and I am sure that if he
Yeah.
posted a title picture in the Man United shirt, there will be outrage as well, despite his GOAT status. I understand where you're coming from, Nkrumah, but
Terry
I
never
think,
did that. Just shows you his character. He
yeah,
could have done that. He probably has a
he
million
would not
photos.
do it anyway. Let's
He would
just
not
stick
do
with
it
that.
anyway. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly, coach.
yeah. All right, but that's by the way. Thank you to all of you for finding the time to be part of the conversation. I appreciate you all. Chelsea Ultra is here, and Nkrumah here. Wycliffe Barish, Tutu Bukawane Dalo. Thank you for joining. Who was here, and Mr. Sin was here. Shirinat, and if I miss your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and cheers.
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. No knock. With every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world that all hearts open wide. From Stanford Bridge, share our voices to the light. We love for the team stands strong by our side.
Every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the skies. And if a cowboy said